The far-reaching repercussions of Ukraine's prolonged confrontation with Russia are increasingly becoming clear beyond the Eastern European bloc's territorial borders. This war's impact has been felt in a variety of major areas. Countries such as Bulgaria, Georgia, Ukraine, Turkey, and Romania play critical roles in influencing the path of the Black Sea and avoiding the spread of danger from Crimea, which is strategically important. The presence of NATO navies from Bulgaria, Turkey, and Romania in the Black Sea is critical to the alliance's survival. The acts of the Moscow administration strongly impact these countries' positions on the Ukraine-Russia war. The actions taken by NATO's Black Sea countries, particularly Romania and Turkey, to strengthen the Ukrainian Navy by adding submarines and aircraft carriers, act as a counter to Putin's navy and undercut their capabilities. Turkey's and Romania's expanding power in the Black Sea region, notably with the help of the US, French, and Spanish navies, has enhanced their positions as crucial players. Their efforts to improve their naval capabilities have yielded major results in response to Putin's ambitions in the Black Sea and recalling the Russian armed forces' missile attacks on Ukraine, which included 71 missiles. One of the Russian Navy's Gerba cruise missiles mistakenly entered Romanian airspace. This incident tragically ended in 2 deaths. In reaction, General Valery Salut, Commander-in-Chief of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, reported the event in Romania and declared intentions to strengthen Black Sea security. Recognizing Russia's possible threat in the region, this action tries to make the Black Sea safer. The Romanian Ministry of Defense has sought parliamentary authorization to purchase submarines for the Black Sea Fleet in order to fulfill this goal. Currently, the ministry is working hard to put this strategy into action, focusing on the essential plans and preparations. The Romanian Ministry of Defense has made an important decision by launching procedures to coordinate several funding schemes for its navy. This resolution, which must be approved by the Romanian parliament, indicates the country's resolve to strengthen its presence in the Black Sea. Among the demands made in the document are the procurement of minesweepers and submarines, as well as the upgrade of missile carriers currently in service with the Romanian Navy. Although the type and number of submarines to be purchased have not been stated, the acquisition is expected to be large. Romania currently has no operating submarines because its last submarine, the Delfinul, has been out of service since 1996. Romania, on the other hand, is poised to launch a new submarine into Black Sea waters. Romania signed a letter of intent with France last year to purchase 2 French Scorpion 2000 submarines. This purchase was expected to be worth around €500 million. The Scorpion is a cutting-edge electric attack submarine that will be an important asset to Romania's fleet in the Black Sea. Romania reaffirms its commitment to regional security and defense with this vital step. This generation of submarines was built by the French naval group in partnership with the Spanish company Navantia. It was specifically designed to satisfy Romania's needs. Given that 14 submarines of the same type are already in operation or are being built by various countries, the Chilean and Malaysian navies will each have 2 of these submarines, while the Brazilian Navy wants to purchase 4, and India will have the largest fleet. The decision by Romania to develop a formidable submarine force in the Black Sea is noteworthy. Russia is currently under political, diplomatic, and other pressure from a number of countries, not only in Ukraine but also along the Black Sea coast. However, Romania's purchase of the French submarine Scorpio in 2000, as well as its continued presence in the Black Sea, have raised worries and inflicted a huge blow on Russia. It is unclear whether this acquisition will have a significant impact on the trajectory of the war, but it clearly causes Russia concern. The authorities in Moscow, though, are most concerned about Russia's waning power in the Black Sea. The addition of the Scorpion submarine to Romania's naval arsenal only adds to the Russians' deep apprehension. Examine closely the 2000 French Scorpio submarine, which will become Romania's new Black Sea naval might. It is worth noting that these submarines range in length from 60 to 70 meters. The submarine has a breadth of 8 meters and a high level of automation. The submarine's crew consists of only 31 people, including 6 officers and 25 revisors and sailors. In addition, there are auxiliary areas within the submarine outfitted with folding beds for cadets or paratroopers in charge of the submarine's daily operations, which Romania intends to use in the frigid waters of the Black Sea. A guard rotation of 9 people is sufficient. The available resources allow the vessel to be self-sufficient for up to 70 days. Furthermore, the Scorpion submarine is outfitted with 6 533mm squared torpedo tubes built to the 4405 standard. The specific armament of these tubes can differ based on the needs of the client. The Scorpion submarine's arsenal of torpedoes includes 18 different types of weapons and military ammunition. These figures demonstrate that the Scorpion submarine is a fully equipped, adaptable vehicle capable of amphibious and defensive operations. Significant changes in broader regional dynamics are predicted when Romania deploys the submarine in the Black Sea. Several countries are actively attempting to improve Black Sea security, and Romania is not alone in this endeavor. Turkey, a steadfast ally, and Ukraine, which remains wary of the Russian presence and possible dangers in the Black Sea, are also contributing to the collaborative effort. Turkey's proactive approach to ensuring Black Sea security has caught even the United States off guard. Turkey recently launched its first amphibious assault ships, the TCG Anadolu, amid rising regional tensions in the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, with a capacity of around 1,300 personnel, including a battalion of soldiers, combat vehicles, and support units. This 232-meter-long and 32-meter-wide frigate is primarily designed to accommodate light aircraft, including helicopters and jets capable of operating from shorter runways. It has a capacity to carry around 1,300 personnel, including a battalion of soldiers, combat vehicles, and support units. As President Recep Tayyip Erdogan stated during the ship's opening ceremony in Istanbul, TCG Anadolu enables Turkey to conduct humanitarian and military missions around the world. President Erdogan sees TCG Anadolu as a symbolic image that strengthens Turkey's status as a regional leader, especially in light of Romania's recent submarine movement. It is even more important to emphasize the Turkish aircraft carrier's importance in protecting the Black Sea from potential Russian naval threats. TCG Anadolu, whose development demonstrates Turkey's commitment to strengthening its naval capabilities and ensuring regional security. TCG Anadolu was built at the Sedef shipyard in Istanbul by a Turkish-Spanish consortium based on the design of the Spanish light aircraft carrier Juan Carlos I. In addition to helicopters, Turkey plans to deploy unmanned aerial combat vehicles such as the Bayraktar TB3 and Cargo, both developed by Turkish defense firm Baykar. Additionally, Turkish aerospace industry's light attack aircraft will be part of the carrier's inventory. If this proposal is carried out, TCG Anadolu will be the world's first aircraft carriers to be primarily outfitted with armed unmanned aerial vehicles, marking a significant milestone. This development underlines Turkey's pioneering role in the over 14-month-long crisis in Ukraine. Turkey has positioned itself as a go-between for Kiev and Moscow, enabling talks for an agreement that will ensure the safe transport of grain from Ukrainian ports across the Black Sea. TCG Anatolia's movement, on the other hand, serves as a reminder that Turkey is a brave ally of Ukraine. TCG and Attila will sail in the Black Sea, according to Turkey's Minister of National Defense, demonstrating Turkey's commitment to regional stability. TCG and Attila will embark on their journey to the Black Sea with the backing of the Turkish Air Force, allowing the public to visit and witness their design firsthand. Together with Romania's measures, this strategic move will considerably limit Russia's influence in the Black Sea region. Furthermore, as Ukraine grows more isolated from Russia's military danger, the odds of reclaiming the Crimean Peninsula improve. These significant moves by Turkey and Romania collectively contribute to redefining the dynamics in the Black Sea, demonstrating the power of the Turkish armed forces and providing hope for Ukraine's future. The deployment of Patriot air defense systems developed by the United States for the Ukrainian army has completely changed the dynamics of the fight. Ukraine's defense minister, Alexei Reznikov, declared in April 2023 that the installation of Patriot systems had considerably improved the safety and security of Ukrainian airspace. The Patriots, the most recent and effective Western ally contribution, were accompanied by tank artillery and a fleet of fighter jets to enhance Ukraine's defensive capabilities. While the quantity of missile systems deployed and their arrival dates were not mentioned, Reznikov expressed gratitude to the United States for their assistance. The delivery of the Patriot systems, as predicted by Ukrainian Air Force spokesperson Yuri Elnet, would be a watershed moment in the fight, allowing Ukrainian forces to strike Russian targets from a larger distance. The efficiency of the US-made Patriots outperformed illness forecasts, as evidenced by a Russian offensive on Ukrainian territory. This development represents a dramatic shift in the balance of power and exposes the startling features of the offensive activity of Ukrainian forces. The Ukrainian military's use of Patriot systems has been extremely effective, highlighting the importance of these superior air defense assets in the fight. According to Kiev officials, Moscow launched a new wave of attacks overnight, resulting in a historic night in the Ukrainian capital, Kiev. The Ukrainian General Staff claimed on social media the previous day that Russia carried out 18 missile attacks in Kiev. Around 3:30 p.m., Russian soldiers fired 647 meters squared Kinzhal hypersonic missiles from 34K fighter jets, as well as 9-caliber missiles from Black Sea ships. According to an update, numerous more missiles, including the short-range ground-based Condor, were fired towards Ukrainian targets. However, at this key stage, the Ukrainian armed forces, Patriot air defense systems, which essentially closed off Kiev to Russian missiles, came into play. The Patriot and NASAM systems effectively intercepted all 27 Russian ballistic and hypersonic missiles. The existence and efficiency of the Patriot air defense systems made this night truly famous. The 6 Kinzhal hypersonic missiles used by Russian forces constituted a considerable threat, but Ukrainian defensive systems effectively neutralized them. This event demonstrated the Ukrainian armed forces' resiliency and capability. Faced with Russian aggression, the Ukrainian Patriots successfully countered Russian air raids, demonstrating their effectiveness in Ukrainian airspace. Even Russian President Vladimir Putin was taken aback by his performance. Putin appears to have predicted the Kinzhal, one of the critical hypersonic missiles employed by the Russian army to reach its targets. The Patriots, on the other hand, exceeded Putin's expectations. The 104 Patriot system has enabled various countries to counter aerial threats on the battlefield. It can track up to 100 targets from a range of 60 miles, and each missile costs roughly $3 million. Although these systems have a wide range of capabilities, their primary design goal is not to defend entire cities. This begs the question of why Putin relied so heavily on Kinzhal missiles, while the Ukrainian army had a formidable defense system such as the Patriot. It is worth remembering that Putin introduced the Kinzhal hypersonic missiles as part of a range of new weapons in 2018. The Russian Ministry of Defense earlier claimed that the Kinzhal hypersonic missile could not be detected or intercepted. As a result, Russian President Vladimir Putin has come to rely significantly on these weapons. However, the Ukrainian forces' Patriots proved to be the Kinzhal's undoing. Putin's boasting about Russian Air Force attacks turned into a night of humiliation for Putin, increasing suspicions among Western military analysts about the Kinzhal's genuine capabilities. Some analysts doubt whether the Kinzhal qualifies as a hypersonic missile. Although these missiles may deliver conventional or nuclear warheads, they were shown to be vulnerable to the Patriot defense system. This has spurred ongoing debate regarding the Kinzhal missile's true potency and capabilities. If the Kinzhal genuinely has hypersonic capabilities capable of completing sophisticated maneuvers at speeds above Mach 5, intercepting it with existing anti-missile systems would be extremely difficult. However, all indicators point to the Kinzhal being a simple air-launched missile. The failure of the Kinzhal missiles against the Patriots has cast doubt on Putin's assertions, and the uncertainty surrounding the Kinzhal's true potential will certainly be a topic of controversy for some time. Russia's designation of Kinzhal missiles as hypersonic can be misleading, as they are actually air-launched ballistic missiles. According to the Canadian Security Intelligence Service, practically all ballistic missiles reach hypersonic speeds of more than Mach 5 at some point during their flight. As a result, similar to other hypersonic missiles, these Russian missiles have proved that they are not invincible. So how did Kinzhal hypersonic missiles fare against Patriot defense systems? The Kinzhal has garnered numerous accolades from the Russian Defense Ministry and military leadership, including General Valery Gerasimov, the current commander of Russia's operations in Ukraine. The Kinzhal was declared very effective and capable of overcoming air defense systems deployed in Ukraine in December 2022. It is crucial to note, however, that this comment predates the arrival of Patriot systems. Patriot air defense systems, nicknamed the King of Air Defense Systems, successfully countered Russian attacks in a timely and efficient manner. Kinzhal missiles, which were typically launched from Russian MiG-31 jets, were unable to avoid the Patriots' speed-of-light interception capabilities. In terms of air defense capabilities, the arrival of Patriot systems clearly established their superiority over Kinzhal missiles. The Kinzhal missile debuted in 2018 as part of Russia's latest advanced weaponry. It has a range of around 1,250 miles, and according to Russian state media, can accelerate up to 10 times the speed of sound. The Patriot system, on the other hand, also known as the phased array tracking radar, is designed to intercept targets. Raytheon Technologies' Patriot is a ground-to-air guided defense system. It is not a missile shot from the air. The Patriot system is intended to counter a wide range of air threats such as sophisticated aircraft, cruise missiles, and drones. It is capable of launching several sorts of missiles. According to a 2015 NATO publication, the Patriots have speeds of around 3,100 miles per hour and a radar range of more than 93 miles, with earlier PAC-2 interceptors having distinct tasks from the later PAC-3 missile family. The Patriot system's attributes and capabilities are sufficient to counter the Kinzhal missile. It is worth mentioning that Ukraine currently possesses only 2 Patriot air defense batteries. One came from the United States, while the other came from an unnamed source. Despite their small size, the Patriots are a strong opponent for Kinzhal and other possible dangers. The deployment of these systems in Ukraine in April was a significant development, filling a substantial capacity vacuum and targeting threats against which Ukrainian troops had hitherto struggled to defend. However, due to a scarcity of nationalists, Ukraine cannot afford to lose even one system. While these systems are numerous, Ian Williams, Deputy Director of the Missile Defense Project at the Center for Strategic and International Studies, emphasized that there is always a chance of annihilation. It should come as no surprise that the Russians would likely target the Ukrainian army's most critical Western weapons and missile systems. Furthermore, it should be noted that missile defense systems are not perfect. Regardless of their effectiveness, a successful strike on the phased array radar might render the entire system inoperable. The Patriot radar emits a particular signal in the world of electronic warfare, making it stand out among the noise. Patriots can also be visually recognized and tracked using various surveillance means, such as satellites or drones. For these reasons, the Ukrainian armed forces must operate with utmost caution and implement strategic steps to limit potential weaknesses. The United States, which supplies the Ukrainian army with Patriot air defense systems, recognizes the security concerns surrounding these systems. According to U.S. authorities, Russian intelligence signals may be able to track the Patriots to their location outside of Kyiv. Furthermore, because each battery has numerous launchers, command and control components, a power plant and a substantial number of soldiers, the Patriots provide a visible and sizable target on the battlefield. As a result, the Patriots could become a Russian target. However, the use of traps could be a potential solution to these security problems. Ukraine has used decoys such as wooden units with success to fool attackers in the visual spectrum and safeguard high-mobility artillery rocket systems produced in the United States. President Zelensky's army might use this strategy against the Patriots as well. Traps are a low-tech tactic that has proven to be unexpectedly successful in battle. By using traps, the Ukrainian armed forces can not only protect vital air defense systems such as the Patriot, but also impede Russian army combat activities and munitions. Ukraine's armed forces have missile and artillery battalions, a hidden enemy command post, 6 manpower clusters, 2 artillery units on firing positions, and another vital target are all targets in the Volyn and Policia directions. Ukrainian soldiers destroyed to Orlans 10 hostile reconnaissance drones and 1 supercam drone. The operating situation has shifted dramatically. There are no indicators of offensive group formation in the Severs, China, and Slobozia directions. Russia maintains a military presence along the border in Ukraine. The Russians attacked Kursk, Leonica, and Popovka in the Chernihiv region, as well as Valfine and Saki in the Sumy region. Oleksandrivka and Staritsa in the Kharkiv region with artillery and mortars aimed against Kubian in the districts of Mashivka and Sikovka. The enemy launched ineffective offensive attacks. Invaders utilized planes to attack location near Vokselna and Kozlovka. Artillery and mortars. Kamyanka Topoli Krasnopershi Fijalka Navlinsky Varena Zapad on Kinderkvga and Tabarka. T did not conduct offensive actions in the Lyman direction during the day. Instead, they launched airstrikes on Yentl, Bilo-Horivka, Vershini-Kamyansk, and Spern-Makiivka in the Luhansk region, as well as Bilo-Horivka, Vershini-Kamyansk, Spern, and Berestov in the Donetsk region, which came under enemy artillery fire in the Bakhmut direction. The Russian army continues to perform defensive operations and the fierce battle for Bakhmut continues. During the day, the Russians launched unsuccessful offensives against Progrivka, Bodanivka, and Pritikin. Invaders used aircraft to attack Ivanovsky and Stupik. Progrivka, Bodanivka, Batman, Ivanovsky, Yaras, Chase, Chervin, Konstantinovka, Dres, Pivnik, Tausk, and Shamy in the Donetsk region were all targeted by the enemy. The Russian military began airstrikes on Novokolanova and Avdiivka districts in the Donetsk region during the day. Ukrainian troops withstood many Russian attacks in the vicinity of Marinka, Krasno, Kurika, Kakovka, Marinka, Habida, and Novomykolaivka in the Donetsk region. The Russian army did not launch any offensive operations against Shakhtar. Instead, Volodar, Novoukrainka, and Perkisinka were struck in the directions of Zaporizhia and Kherson. Russian troops continued to defend the area. The enemy utilized aircraft to assault the Kasumis and Stanislav sectors in the Kherson region. Furthermore, the invaders shelled approximately 30 towns for Mika and Nova in the Donetsk region. In particular, Julia Zeleznik came under enemy fire from Area Maletic, Makakamyansk, and Zaporizhia regions. Nikopolis in Dnipropetrovsk region, Kirsten, Selado Baka, Vaso Lviv, and Tonivka, Dniprovsky, Kasumis, and Kherson regions. It has been revealed that Russia's defense ministry is continuing to take steps to integrate the terrorist organization DPSS and lawful armed formations into its armed forces. Ukrainian troops continue to advance through the city's suburbs in the direction of Bakhmut. In the city's suburbs, we're still heading in the direction of Bakhmut. Today, our soldiers took over more than 10 enemy positions on the outskirts of Bakhmut and mopped up a big woodland area near Ivanovsky, Ukraine's Deputy Minister of Defense, Hanna Meller, announced on Telegram. Furthermore, despite all obstacles, enemy soldiers from several units were captured. When the impossible becomes achievable, everybody who knows the truth and is present recognizes the gravity of the situation. When 1 mile becomes as difficult as 10 kilometers, our warriors are pushed to the brink of superhuman ability. They are firm, resolute and professional in their actions only. Added, the deputy minister stressed the extraordinarily sensitive situation in Bakhmut. The adversary has gathered all of its forces and is attempting to advance. She remarked that furious fights continue destroying everything in their path. Miller underlined that Colonel General Alexander Svirsky, the commander of the armed forces of Ukraine's ground forces, maintains the situation under control, assesses plans and makes appropriate judgments. A true battle general stays with the army during the most dangerous times. Brigadier Generals Bogomolov and Nartov manage subordinate troops alongside him. Miller wrote that they carried out the operation's overall goal. As she sees it, the enemy is now unable to surround the city and score a resounding victory in this direction due to the command's careful preparation and immediate reaction to hostile operations, as well as the resilience and courage of our warriors. According to the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Ukrainian defenders conduct defensive and offensive actions in the direction of Bakhmut. Ukrainian intelligence officers will receive 105 Vector unmanned aerial vehicles or UAV versus as part of a contract between the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense and the German UAV manufacturer, Quantum Systems GmbH. According to the main intelligence directorate of Ukraine's Ministry of Defense, which was announced on Telegram, this is the German government's second shipment of Vector drones for the Ukrainian army. According to the report, Ukraine ordered 33 German UAVs of the same model in August 2022, and they have proven to be highly effective on the battlefield. The main intelligence directorate notes that working with the Vector drone takes only 2 minutes. The assembled UAV has a 2.8 meters wingspan and can be launched by hand. The Vector UAV is outfitted with electro-optical and infrared sensors, allowing it to detect hostile targets at all times. While the drone's durable design lessens the impact of weather variables, its speed can reach 72 kilometers per hour. A single flight lasts 120 minutes. Vector can broadcast footage to ground stations in real time during combat operations, thanks to secure data transfer channels for data analysis. The UAV is outfitted with powerful artificial intelligence capabilities. According to the study, built-in algorithms enable it to automatically recognize planes and relay important intelligence data to the ground. According to Ukraine Forum on May 13, Andrei Yermak, the head of Ukraine's presidential office, revealed that Germany had announced a fresh military aid package worth 2.7 billion euros for Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has stated that Ukraine will be ready to launch an anticipated counter-offensive once armament deliveries are completed and ideal weather conditions prevail. In an interview with the Washington Post, he stated this: "First and foremost, we do not prepare a counter-offensive for months. This is a high-priority issue for us, so we needed to plan ahead of time. There are concerns in several areas. Of course, the first issue is ammo. I state this as a priority not to complain, but because it is a resource that a counter-offensive would be impossible without. But I want to be clear, without this resource, state defense is unthinkable," he continued. According to Zelensky, the challenge is not simply having a counter-offensive, but having a counter-offensive and not losing the territories that we have despite being stronger. "I believe we are more determined than Russia, but we must prepare everything and be supplied with weapons and motivated people to avoid losing our own people. As a result, the most crucial issue is that we require resources for the existing programs. To be honest, the weather has an impact on this as well. This is an undeniable fact because the terrain must be suitable for our weapons. We don't have as many armored vehicles, according to Zelensky. According to him, one of the top priorities for Ukraine's military and political authorities is to reduce human casualties. Our fundamental strategy since the beginning of the war and even before the war wasn't a strategy back then. However, my stance toward people is that we should dominate all of our area while simultaneously saving as many people as possible during the conflict. Despite the counter-offensive, our methods have not changed and we intend to carry them out. We must limit casualties as much as possible. Therefore, when we say what we need, we mean anything that allows us to defend personnel, artillery systems, and long-range weaponry, according to Zelensky. He went on to say that once the weapons were delivered, Ukraine would be ready for a counter-offensive. We will be ready for a counter-offensive as soon as the weaponry agreed upon with our partners is delivered, taking into account variations in weather, and the goal remains the same, Zelensky continued.